Hello, hello. Oh, there we are. There. So what's going on, Grandma? Sorry, just setting things up. Okay, here we are. What's up, William? XRP going sideways because of the new lawsuit filed in California. I don't think any lawsuit has anything to do with it. This is just how XRP operates here. I'll pull up a chart. We have this on Twitter. This guy's just showing how it seems we're following a fractal here. Let me pull up the fractal actually. From back in 2017, it looks like indicators are lining up, as he said on there. Pull this over. I was gonna hop on Twitter and watch Credible Crypto's video. That was my plan. Um, we'll see. I'm probably gonna do that in a minute. Watch over. But I mean, yeah, like if you line up this peak kind of, we're down here, had these lows, we're bouncing off, and now we're just meandering around while Bitcoin today decided it's gonna go up in a straight vertical line. So that's cool. Uh, but just gotta wait. I think a couple more weeks and look, if this thing doesn't move within a couple weeks, then I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Like it is what it is at this point. We're so deep into this that there's no going back. No switching teams now. This is where we're at. So what else did I got? Oh yeah, this right here. Um so on this indicator that this guy Jesse shows moved into yellow or orange candles for the first time this cycle and happened in the past, it's indicated that we're about to go insanely parabolic. So very good indicator here that we're seeing that candle, dude. Freaking Bitcoin, 56K right now, 1 month candle. Holy moly, that's insane. Bro, dude, I've been glued to the charts all day, just staring at this stuff. In on 5 minute, drawing patterns every time we hit a new level. Same thing happened here, right here. Ascending triangle, boom. Ascending triangle, boom. This time it looks like we've lost a little bit of steam. We pulled back a little bit, but I mean, at some point you have to when you're going up in a straight line like this. In the morning, dude, we tapped all the way down to right under 51K and then hit 57K, $6,000 in the day. Um, Insane volume coming through. Things look good, pretty good, but we gotta wait and see here, man. Hopefully XRP is gonna wake up. Over to Twitter, more tweets. No blockchain backer, like everyone's going crazy. Credible Crypto talking about CRV. I put a little position in on CRV too. Go. There's just getting wrecked. Here in the move at 100 times the 2017 prices. XRP continues the same way. X will go through 75 cents, 80 cents, $1.10, and up to $6. And there you go. There's your chart. 26. I don't know, man. We'll see. Yeah, so we're only like 12K away from all-time highs, dude. That's crazy. Get up to 57. Insane, man. What a crazy, crazy day. I don't even know if I want to watch the charts. The worst is I could go on a cruise in a few days. I'm not gonna have any internet, so I'm gonna be in the dark. But all right, be good to disconnect for a little bit. So blockchain backer, it's time to show them 10% awakening. But the thing is, dude, with blockchain backer, we did this earlier too. Um, you're talking about how stay below the 702, and today we stabbed through it, but his expectation is still uh, that we're just retracing. We still have the 786 retracement. I don't know, man. He seems to not give up. He doesn't want to be convinced that Bitcoin's going to all-time highs. I don't think people are upset with him because they're worried about like 20% on Bitcoin. It's just him calling for like Bitcoin to stop here at a retrace would mean that the rest of the market's kind of going to stop too. Like we could get an alt run, but it's not going to be super parabolic to new all-time highs if Bitcoin is stopping here. So I think, and he always frames it like people are mad about, oh, like I don't believe we're gonna get 10% more on Bitcoin. Like who cares? Yeah, no, we get that. Like the risk reward on Bitcoin is not that high at this point, but we need Bitcoin to keep going to all-time highs to send everything else. Because if it just stays at retraces, then we're not going to get anything crazy on the alts. If we come to total three, I haven't looked at this chart today. It probably looks insane. Weekly. Oh yeah, dude, total three is going. Um, but if Bitcoin were to just retrace, we'd probably just hit up here on total three when it said all-time highs. But if Bitcoin's going for all-time highs, then this thing can go absolutely ballistic. William says, very frustrating watching altcoins go up 20, 40, 50% and XRP up too. Trust me, man. I know. It's even starting to hit me with the most steadfast of believers. Like I feel it too, the pain at this point. Because you see stuff like uh, you see coins like this going absolutely ballistic on the daily. Ballistic. Watch. 1,000% in a week. That's crazy. That's insane, dude. And then, XRP, little slug back here doing nothing. But look, structurally, we're still good. We're set up for it. Uh, the market conditions are perfect. Everything looks right. Just got to keep waiting, man. Got to be patient. We're already here. There's not much you could do now. You don't want to rotate out into something else because the second that you rotate out of XRP, it's going to take off and it's just going to go up in a vertical line. So held on this long, you got to keep going at this point. There's no point in quitting, in my opinion, at least. Of course, not financial advice. Make your own choices. But that's where I'm at least. So what else do we have? But yeah, credible crypto. Remember every time I said the biggest moves are yet to come. Well, we just got a $7,000 move in a little over a day, and there were some who mocked the idea of $10,000 monthly candles. We'll probably even get a 10,000 daily candle before the cycle top is in. I kind of agree with how parabolic things are getting. Uh, now I think we're now gonna start to see insane moves going. Yeah, from cryptos on the XRP chart, he's just pointing out first head and shoulders. So yeah, man, like All the same thing, right? This, this, this. Could also call this a big up handle and then go, but we will see. Dev Wu said, not frustrating at all. It's clear that XRP will be a monster. This whole thing is to shake us out. Hey man, I agree with you. It's very, very similar to 2017 in every way. We zoom out, same thing happened, man. Watch. We have the same structure on the chart, then the same thing here with XRP. XRP started taking off on Monday, March 20th, 2017. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing Monday, March 20th, 2017. March 20th. Bitcoin was up here. It had already gone from its low up 500% before XRP took off. XRP had been going down over here for the last few weeks, months actually, yeah. It was going down, and then Bitcoin was going up. It was up 500%, and then finally XRP got a moonshot. So it's very similar, in my opinion, right? Bitcoin is up most, yeah, 260% off the lows, and XRP's just been waddling around, man, waddling around. So it timing were to line up, the next few weeks here, March should be pretty glorious for this chart, but no way of knowing. All we can do is wait and see, right? But everything really, there's not much move in my positions at least today. ETH is up 1%. I mean, ETH had a good push for sure, and it was pushing hard yesterday. So ETH will top probably 35, 3600 here pretty soon. I think the rest of this week's probably going to be pretty insane. I could imagine that we see a sharp drop back on Bitcoin since we're up in basically a straight line. That wouldn't be surprising. Like get a big wick down, flush a bunch of people out, and then straight back up. We'll see though. We'll see. We'll see. You guys have any questions? Any charts you want me to look at or anything? Oh, and if you guys haven't already, go ahead and hop in. I started up a Discord. Free to do. Just talk about crypto and stuff in there. Link. Post some TA, news, tweets, anything that we find. That Discord. Hop in there if you haven't. Um, yeah, yeah, if you guys don't have any questions, I'm gonna hop to Credible Crypto's new video and that'll watch and kind of react to it as I go. He has been super spot on with everything. This new Bitcoin video update is now live below. Let's jump into the $5,000 mega pump we saw overnight. Breaks down a few different scenarios. Let's see what it is.
Hey guys, Crypto here with a Bitcoin video update here after the daily close. Would start off this video by saying that I am using my laptop to record this, which is not typically what I'll do. So I apologize if the audio isn't ideal, and I won't be as quick with the charts because I don't have a mouse to work with, and I'm using a trackpad. So I apologize if there's a lot of if this video isn't as efficient as I normally make them, but let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. We're going to talk about Bitcoin at the daily close, as I've been saying for a few hours now, to discuss various scenarios that could play out here. And I'll talk about different scenarios that are possible. I'll talk about what scenario I think is most likely and what scenario I think is least likely, but I'll outline them all because at the end of the day, none of us here have a crystal ball, and we can't say with any sort of certainty in which direction the market is going. We can use our experience and time in the markets and the data that we have at our disposal to identify the most likely direction, but we can't know for sure. So with that being said, guys, let's jump right into it. We'll talk about three different scenarios that I believe may play out here and the ramifications of each of those scenarios. I have three main scenarios that I'm looking at the moment on Bitcoin.
See,
And you'll recall
let's
that
see
in
what he's
my
got.
prior video update, I talked about specific levels that I was watching. One was the legendary green zone that avoided being tapped for now, which was right about here. Actually, it was this entire zone right here. And then below that, we had the higher time frame level that I marked off in my last video update, which is, again, the weekly inefficiency fair value gap, whatever you want to call it.
Bit faster.
So these were both levels or areas of interest that I was looking for potential dips into. Overnight, we formed a lower time frame base right here. We had actually a very clean little setup where we swept these lows. We didn't quite hit the green zone. We fell just shy of it. Swept these local lows, broke market structure here to the upside, formed a higher low, and then impulse to the upside. And that was a very nice move. And you'll recall that in my last video, I talked about how essentially what we have here is a range, and I talked about how you can count this as the upper end of the range, and this is the lower end of the range. I'm going to go ahead and remove the green zone for now, and how we could still see potential deviations above and below this range before the real big move begins. So what we have here are three scenarios, and I've called them ultra bull, ideal / healthy bull, and unlikely bull. Of course, ultra bull is going to be the most bullish scenario that we have here, and I'll talk about, for each of these scenarios, I'll talk about levels of invalidation, areas of interest that you want to be looking at, things that you'll want to watch to see which is more likely to play out, et cetera, et cetera. So bear with me as I go over these. But ultra bull being the most bullish, ideal healthy bull being, in my opinion, the most likely scenario and the most ideal scenario, and the unlikely bull being the least likely of the three scenarios and one that is possible, but that I give the lowest percent of chance to actually happen. We'll start off with ultra bull. And this is essentially the most bullish scenario that we could see from here. This is also not, in my opinion, the most likely, right? So I'd give this probably like, I'm not going to go percentage wise, but I'd say out of the three scenarios that I show you today, this is probably, in my opinion, the second most likely. But it's not the first. In this scenario, the move that we just saw overnight, the impulse that just started off at 50.9K, this lower time frame, very aggressive move to the upside, that impulse marked our local bottom, okay? And in this scenario, we should not go back below 50.9K. We should not break the origin of that impulse. And if this scenario is going to play out, it means that we ultimately hold the range highs as support and continue impulsing to the upside with moves that look just like the one we saw last night. Although this looks small, keep in mind this was a almost.
William says, at what point during the bull run do you uh, know when to start taking profits? Do you think this time is different, will be extended? I'm kind of in the camp that this time is different and it will be shorter. I think the market's going to top probably sometime this year, probably in the summer, if I have to guess. I'm just looking for when the Fed starts cutting rates, because normally when the Fed cuts rates, you see a top, at least in the stock market, within 0 to 2 months. So that's what I'm going to be watching out for the stock market. And if that starts to collapse, normally Bitcoin will follow, collapse with it. If Bitcoin collapses, then everything else is going to collapse. So it's going to be hard to gauge. For me, I'm going to plan on laddering out. So assuming that we do get this thing to go ballistic the way that we're hoping, uh, I'm going to take profits on the way up. My first area of interest is like the $7 to $10 range. I'll take probably 20% or so off the table. Um, and then after that, we'll see where the market's at. We'll see what kind of momentum we have and go from there. But same with a lot of the other positions. I'm just gonna play it by ear, and I have certain targets for when I will take stuff, certain percentages off the table, if that makes sense. Bitcoin, I don't have any Bitcoin. I just follow Bitcoin because Bitcoin dictates the rest of the market. So I gotta follow Bitcoin. But I'll be looking for like bear div. I'll be looking for bearish divergence on like a monthly time frame, RSI. So once we see bearish divergence up here, uh, then I'll be getting concerned that Bitcoin's running into some trouble. As you can see, we're not even crossed like over the 70 mark yet into the 71 mark into the green zone. So we have a ways to go, I think, for Bitcoin. I think these next few months are probably just going to be absolutely ballistic. But once you see like bearish divergence at here, then that clearly marked a top. Uh, Unfortunately, last bull run, you didn't even get bearish divergence, so nothing to really go off of. But I'll look for that on the monthly. On the weekly, we actually already printed some bear div here, but if we continue this week the way that we're going, we could break this bear div because we'll make a higher high. But as of right now, we did set a bear div because we had a lower high on the RSI and a higher high on price. But we got to see how this week plays out because it looks like it's planning on negating that. But that's my thoughts kind of on looking at selling. Uh, I'll definitely keep a moon bag of XRP for the long term. Uh, Probably 25 to 35, 40% of my bag. I'll never sell. Um, but we'll see what happens. Play it by ear as it goes and have targets on the way up for where you want to take some money out and pay yourself. You know, back to the
Plus
video.
a $4,000 move here. It was a $4,000 move to the upside. So each of these successive moves that follows would be 4,000 plus
How's the
dollars.
volume on
These are five
the
or
video,
$10,000 moves
William?
we're talking about here to the upside, of which this would have been the first. Okay, so if you think about that from where we are now at 54K, if we're talking about a minimum of $5,000 for the next two legs of the upside, that puts us at minimum 65K. Old all-time highs are at 69K. Essentially, in this scenario, we're basically headed to new all-time highs without any pullback below below 51K. Okay. Now again, like I previously said, in my opinion, this scenario is not the most likely. So while it is possible, I don't necessarily think that this is what we're going to get right now. Okay. But this is the most bullish scenario to be aware of. And if we do establish this green region here at around 52.8 to 53K as support, then it's possible that we see something like this develop. Okay. So that is the bullish, what did I call it? The most bullish, the ultra bull scenario. And we get some confetti for that scenario because it would be
All right, is that
an
better?
amazing
Let me
sight
know
to
if
see.
that's
Okay.
better.
The next scenario, the next scenario, this is now the most likely scenario that I see playing out. And I'll talk about why I believe that in a second here. But this scenario, in my opinion, has the highest odds of playing out. And it's also the ideal scenario, the healthiest scenario, the one that I think would make the most sense to play out, and that would be best for my positioning at least, and I'm sure for many others' positioning. This is what I call the ideal or healthy bull. Okay. And in this case, this leg up here that we just saw was impulsive, but it was the tail end of the larger impulse that started off
Nice, awesome.
these lows here. So again, we're looking for waves of five or different impulsive price action on different time frames. So in this case, this may be our local top. And in this case, we get confirmation on a break of 51K. Again, this is the local invalidation for Ultra Bull, right? And local invalidation of Ultra Bull is also confirmation that the other two scenarios may be playing out. Okay, so this is a very key level here at 51K, the origin of this lower time frame impulse. Now, if we tag this level, then it indicates that this move up was not the start of the next major move to the upside, but rather the tail end of the last move to the upside that began much lower. Okay, and in that case, we get a push down, a break of this level, sweep of these lows into the now infamous green zone that I've been talking about for some.
Curious to see if during the video he catches when this 54, 55 up to 57. Like obviously, I think that will
Time
change
this domain.
things. I'm gonna skip ahead a little and see if he that.
This is again the least likely scenario that I see playing out, but we're not necessarily able to rule it out. It doesn't look right. You have a decent sized wave one. Doesn't mean it can't be the case. Doesn't mean this can't be the count, but it gives it a
I don't think he's
everything
catching
to the
it.
downside. We don't know how deep the correction goes.
I think he
We probably
recorded
print the lower
like
high
an
on RSI,
hour or
the higher
two
high on
early.
price, and that'll get confirmed when RSI moves back below 63. By that point, it may actually be too late. Projection after that point. Again, I've said many times I don't expect
Yeah, he missed it.
range or
Gotta see the R version. Actual move clearly in any of your scenarios right now. Price was rejected at 58K by 2K drop. 53K is a level to watch, he says. So he's still looking for a retest back around 50K. I mean, it's possible, right? Did go up in a straight line, so he definitely come back and test this range. I don't think that's out of the cards. That would scare a lot of people. You know, they could see a $6,000 move up in a day, but then they get 3,000 down and they're gonna lose their minds. So, but that's also what gives the market optimism that people still are freaking out whenever we get pullbacks. Once we see everyone saying buy the dip, and getting really bullish after pullbacks, that's probably when you need to be more concerned that we're approaching a top. Once nobody is scared anymore and they're bullish every time we go down a few $1,000s, and it's getting a little crowded and a little euphoric. So, but crazy, man. Just like literally yesterday, talking with my dad, and we were like, yeah, it's like Bitcoin's just kind of waiting, getting ready, gearing up for the next move. And sure enough, this morning I wake up early in the morning, I see it's down back to like 51K. I'm like, ah, whatever. Then I wake up again and we're at like 52 and pushing. I'm like, oh, getting real. Boom, straight up. XRP, the slug. What level do we need to break here? We had like a falling wedge we broke out. This is really what we're looking at now. This. We need to break over this level, like a descending channel. Nice. Yeah, we just gotta break out over 56 cents. Get over 56 and maybe we start to see this thing actually, wake up and do something. And then once you get over 56, that's also get over 57, and then you're really talking because then you're breaking out of this triangle here. Break out of this triangle at around 56 and a half, 57, and then your measured move of this would break you out of our macro trend, which is around 68 cents, and break out of your macro trend, then it's Moon City. We're going in a vertical line most likely. We'll see. Hard to believe that some of the calling the top soon for Bitcoin. I thought the bull run would last deep into 2025. I don't think it's going to last deep into 2025 personally. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it just is super bullish for a very long time and it gets insane. We have more of a 2017 style run where it just goes. We could get this. Look at this, man. Match up where the lows are here. Hit something. It's that. Like that was our low. Dude, imagine this bull scenario where we run up the middle of 2025. Oh my goodness. That would be insane, dude. Just get literally a massive, massive crypto Bitcoin bull run like we did in 2017. Just lasts for literally like 3 years almost. Goes up in a straight line with hardly any pullbacks. That would be crazy, dude. We will see. It's funny how this fractal lines up though. Tops hits a peak right here and comes up the all-time high around and then comes and back tests this area. Goes. Not a bad fractal to look at. And who knows? Time will tell. But yeah, I hope it does get a longer bull run and we do not top early like Credible Crypto's been saying or BCB or what I'm feeling like is going to be the case because the stock market's going to run out of juice and we're going to get rate cuts and there could be a black swan event. Who knows, right? Uh, I hope I'm wrong. Hope that we're all wrong and is just going to Valhalla. That'd be great. I would love that. Problem with that at all. Over here, Turbo Coin got a little boost today. This is the meme coin, one meme coin that I'm betting on. First Head and Shoulders, see a break of this, and nice little. Up. Oh yeah, that'll be good. And if it breaks out, could go for another leg up. Hopefully this one plays out. Hopefully Turbo can catch some steam, become like the next Pepe, next Shiba. A nice little gamble, No, so rate cuts, yeah, that's a common thing that retail gets told a lot. Rate cuts are good once you're done cutting rates, but when you're at a peak for a hiking cycle like we've been at now, once rate cuts start, the market tops normally in the past, market will top within 0 to 2 months. So every time there's been rate cuts, 0 to 2 months later, the stock market has hit a local top and has had a massive correction. Um, so eventually, once the rates get down to zero, then yeah, that's good. But when the rate cuts start, throughout all of history, it's marked a local top in the stock market, which also means in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin following the stock market. So yeah, that narrative gets pushed a lot by people like, oh, the Fed's going to cut rates. This is great for Bitcoin and crypto and the markets. No, that's never been what has happened in the past. Blockchain backer will talk about that a lot, actually. He'll point that out and he'll draw it in on the chart and everything and show you where the rate cuts happen and where the market tops out. Bitcoin right now is kind of being plug, not doing much. Anything we can draw. Not perfect. Not perfect. Maybe a little falling channel, full flag. Not as aggressive and bullish as these ascending triangles were, but you'll see this play out. I don't know. We've pumped a lot. We're probably due for some kind of cool off here, but people have been saying that for months now, and then Bitcoin seems to still not cool off. So in a range sideways for a couple weeks and then shoot back up to the upside again. So any other coins you guys want me to look at? Don't really have much more to say or do. Just came on to look at this really quick, watch that credible crypto video, see if anybody would hop in. Want to chill for a little bit. Probably hop off in a minute, still a Fortnite or something. Relax before bed. You guys haven't, like I said, I started this Discord. Invite chat, free to join. Talk about crypto, post news analysis, uh, random coins we find. Hop in there and join if you're interested. Posting stuff, especially today. Post lots of links, PA stuff, um, general just talking with some other people, showing trade setups, stuff like that. So just hop in, free to join. If you want some people to talk with this stuff about. Hopefully we'll expand it. I just started it a couple days ago, so it's still super new. Ooh, here we have from Satoshi Stacker. Digital asset investment products saw inflows of 598 million last week. Nice. So these ETFs do seem to actually be having an effect. A lot of people thought that it was kind of a nothing burger, especially after ETFs came out and we saw such a dip in Bitcoin down to like 38K. Everyone was like, "Oh, this is stupid. That didn't do anything." But it seems now we are actually getting crazy inflows from the ETFs, and it really is shooting the price up. Now, it's anyone's guess how long that could last. That could stop at any time, right? But as of right now, it looks good. Old chart there. Yeah, credible crypto. Yeah, CRVs mentioned. CRV is one that I like. Got a little position on CRV. I think it's chart set up. Go out to the weekly. Clear like accumulation range down here. Have one range right here. The other one here. Oh, this one looks good. Broke out of this resistance line retested, bouncing. So I did a little swing position on that. If we could get a little pop here, even come up to the $1.55 area, take a quick 200% or so, rotate that into some of my other long-term positions. I think it'll be a good move. But yeah, Bitcoin's really filling out now. My lines go. Lines. It's fine. Line there. Ah, the level that's holding. All right, guys. I think I'll wrap it up for today. Hop off and relax a bit before bed. But if you're watching, appreciate you guys. I'm going to try and do more live streams more often. Pop out some more videos too. Hopefully get a video out tomorrow. Just kind of going through everything. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And I will catch you in the next live stream.